Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna turn my little radio on. As you heard from Gab earlier today, this morning, it's still dark here, so y'all can see there's like barely any sun out just yet. It's like 6:30 or something, almost 6:30, 6:26. Good morning, y'all. I was not planning to go live, but I did watch most of Gab's live stream this morning, and yeah. So my thoughts on falling down, because Gab put a video up, I think yesterday or maybe Sunday. Peace, y'all. How y'all doing? Sonya sees. Hey, what's going on? I see. How y'all doing? Sister Lovely K. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? So I'm gonna be putting on my makeup at the same time, y'all. JJ. Yeah, I am. JJ Jr. Haven't seen you before. How you doing? Oh, thank you. You too. Yeah, I'm gonna be putting on some makeup, but my thoughts on falling down. So in Gab's video, it was like a 40-second clip of Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he was saying, when people fall down, don't laugh. You should learn from it. And the thing is, like, there is a lot to learn from this situation. And one thing that caught my eye in the beginning of Gab's talk this morning, hey Regina, good morning, how are you doing, was Faith Green, good morning, how are you, where he said, you could be exposed. It's like the age of exposure, and True Royal Family has talked about that too. And he was like, okay, will you be exposed if you are exposed, like, are you planning to do something about that? How are you going to deal with it? And I put in the chat room, like, sorry y'all, I'm trying to get this stuff out. How do you deal with it and all this? So there are a lot of things that I think Phil wasn't planning on having exposed. I don't think he was planning on that. Good morning, Ava Mitchell. Is it? Oh, Ava Marshall, excuse me. And now that he's exposed, my comment was, okay, he's going to have to start expanding, because he's going to lose a lot of people. We already know the situation. I don't have to rehash that. But these are just my thoughts on falling down. And falling down can mean a lot of different things. If you go back to a lot of things that have happened in the recent past, like, falling down can mean, okay, you made a mistake and you're looking for some type of, you're going to repent. You're looking for some type of redemption. Falling down can also be where someone lied on you or made something up on you. But in this case, it's not even like that. It's falling down. Like, you can fall down where someone caused it on you, or you can fall down where you caused it on yourself. And in this case, I think, without, saying anything just so negatively about him, about Phil, is, brother, like, Black Mexican, really? Really? Come on. Come on. Really? Like, I don't know. What do y'all think? Because I put in the chat room, Black Mexican, that's a black Mexican, my ass. That's an oxymoron. You can't be black and Mexican. Like, come on. Either you one or the other. Mexican is a nationality. So what do you consider yourself? Good morning, Ayapo Leonard. How are you doing? Are you Mexican? Are you black? Mexican is a nationality. It's not even an ethnicity. So you're white or you're Hispanic. If you're Hispanic, you're of Spain. Spain is in Europe. White folks. Go back to what I remember, not even Tariq, but other people have said. I mean, look at the past. Those are the conquistadors, the people who came to conquer this whole continent, the Western Hemisphere. You had the Spanish Inquisition. They got here killing people because they didn't want to be Christians. Come on now. That's not, let's not play around with this. At the same time, you keep saying, "Oh, my wife is black and Mexican." I know people who are black and Mexican, and they don't say they're black and Mexican. They say they black for the most part. It really depends on whether you can pass, and she can pass. So I would say, yeah, your wife is white, homie. Like, let's go ahead and get that out. You from Texas, and you trying to tell me you couldn't find a black woman in Texas? And it wasn't really about him swirling, because I mean, I have swirlers in my family. I don't know, I probably mentioned it before. My dad's brother is married to a white woman, and they have, grandchildren. They got children, grandchildren, all that kind of stuff. But I don't really communicate with her. She's in a different space. She's in a different mind state. And so I don't really talk to her like that. She could just feel the energy coming off of me. And she's like, oh, well, she ain't one I can mess with. It is about Lion Joseph. Good morning. How are you doing? Rottweiler, peace, peace. It's about Lion. Yes. Oh my God. Sonya, did you put that? Yes, Sonya. Yes. He said, you got to avoid these Beckys. Avoid these Beckys out here. Ooh. And all this thugging. And Beckys. Okay. Well, all right, motherfucker. Like, I know Gab ain't gonna cuss like me, y'all. But, all right. He out of order. Yes. And I remember Ajali, Radical Sister, talking about this weeks ago. And I was like, you know what? I feel something. I can feel it. I can feel it in the air. I can feel something coming, but I don't know. I haven't put out a lot of videos lately because I'll just sit back and listen and watch and, kind of, I don't know, listen to the universe, I guess. And I was like, something is not right. I just don't feel right about this whole thing. And then it came out and I was like, oh shit. So it made me feel, sorry, y'all, I'm putting my makeup on. It made me feel like, okay, it's not right what has happened. And I'm not blaming him completely for it, because look at, I guess, his upbringing. Maybe that's something that we have to look at. I don't know. But at the same time, you judge a man by his actions, not by what he says either. We can't keep putting people on a pedestal. In the black community, we have a habit of doing that, where we put the man on the pedestal and we let the man lead and not the message. That's another thing I think we have to look at too. Very important to look at. Yeah, I'm still confused as well, Sonya. I'm with you. I'm like, I don't know. Because you can't, to me, it's like you can't be black and Mexican at the same time. You're going to have to choose one. And my thing is, in this society, either you're going to choose one or society going to choose for you. So, what's on your license? That's what's on your birth certificate. If it says white, okay, you can bring all the 23andMe DNA tests all you want. But like I think IC mentioned in the chat room, you had a man with a dog, a Chihuahua, I think, and the Chihuahua was Native American. That was early this summer. Elisa, it's funny how she reported on that. And I remember her reporting on that, and I was like, damn, okay, these DNA tests ain't really that good. It made me question Maury and everything. Yeah, you judge a tree by its fruit, right? And I'm confused. Like, how do you see her, not even how do you see her, because it doesn't really matter how you see that person. It's about how they see themselves and how the world sees them. I have cousins, as I said, that are half black, half white. One sees herself as white. She has seen herself as white until she got like in her 30s and she started realizing, oh my God, I'm black. Yeah, Heifer, you've been black forever. Your dad is black as night, okay? Your dad is my dad's brother. Come on now. Sister Lovely K said, Phil sat on his high horse. He should have came out with the truth. He saw people in his comment section saying he had a white wife. He should have confessed and took it like a man. Yes. Yeah, I think he's torn. Yeah, exactly, Faith. He's torn. He has a little girl now. He talks about his little girl. In all reality, we both get treated horribly. Yeah, black men and black women, yes. But I think black men get treated worse too. And see, that could be a reason why. It could also be a reason why he didn't say anything. Think about it. Because he was afraid that, oh, I'll get outed or whatever. My thing is, you put the truth out. You just put it out there. And, you know, you see how far that will get you. It's better just to put the truth, just to get it out there. And I've been dealing with a lot of issues that are not similar to his, but because I don't have any children or anything like that. I haven't been with anybody unless they were black. But, you know, being with somebody who has been with somebody who's not black, that's where a lot of the issues can come. Yeah, see, I do that too, Joseph. I look at it for news. And what I do, of course, is on autoplay for most of the channel, all the channels now. But it's on autoplay, so it'll just automatically play the next video. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know, whatever. But I just look at it for news. When it comes to like relationships, I don't really go to him for anything like that, because I already had a feeling that he was not with a black woman, because he kept saying black Mexican, and I was like, where they do that at? You know, like, where they do that at? What the hell? What is that supposed to be? Like, come on. You go try to do a birth certificate or do your license or something, and you try to say you a black Mexican, and see how far that gets you. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing. They gonna be like, get your ass out of here. You white or black? What's the deal, huh? That's how separate it is when you go. You all know, you go fill out these forms and stuff like that. So, hold on, I'm not trying to see. In some part of, let's see, Leonard said, in some part of Texas, blacks and Mexicans fuck with each other tough. I don't think Felito lives in one of those areas. IC said paternity DNA is different than ancestry DNA. I know, but see, you can do ancestry DNA based on paternal DNA or maternal, on your dad or your mom. And paternity is linked with ancestry DNA, because I was looking it up one day. They can go from your dad to your grandfather to your great-grandfather. They go like, what, 10 generations back on the dad's side, or 10 generations back on the mother's side. And it is similar. Good morning, Gab. We were just talking about you. No, I was playing. With Jay Miller, I don't know who Jay Miller is. Jay Miller, I don't know who that is. Only person I know, only Jay Miller I know, or that's Jay Dilla, is the DJ. That's the only person I know. Yeah, I had a feeling of that too, Sister Lovely K. I wouldn't say he was taking up for them. It's just some words he was using were very kind of like questionable to me. And I was like, something is not right. Then you say your wife is black Mexican. I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. Faith said, notice he just started talking about the vitriol we get from her community is truth, but he glazes over it because that includes her and her family. Yes, okay. That makes sense now. Kinetic Energy, hey, good to see you. Good morning to everybody. If I missed anybody, good morning. Y'all get the lights up. He said, Phil's message has always been milk toast. This was so obvious. I didn't realize everyone thought otherwise. I've always criticized him for his cowardly stance in this war. Yeah. And it's like certain things. Some people, you know, you have your niche. Like I have a niche, clearly. Other people have a niche of things that they talk about, or different, you know, avenues they want to stay in, live different lanes they want to stay in. And you kind of feel more comfortable in that lane, so you do that more often. Nikki Justice on the run. Hey, peace and black power, sister. How you doing? But yeah, people stay in their lanes. And I ain't never seen CNN do, you know, talk about certain things in depth when it comes to like history, technology, science, you know, whatever. They stay in their lane. They talk about what's going on right now, and they have a slant to it. And he talks about stuff and he has a slant to it. And that's, you know, go back and watch the videos. The fact that you had a channel called Ratchet Weekly or Ratchet of the Day, and I watched those videos when they were on, and I was like, wow, I went from that, and then I watched his channel right now, and I was like, this isn't even the same person. Like, this is weird. It's crazy. I think so too. Sister Lovely K, someone close to him may have exposed him. Peace, Raspbird 08, how you doing? Let's see. He said, Faith Green, that's my issue most, not putting people of her race out as he did. Yes, he was like exposing black people. Like he kept saying ratchet, 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 like this is ratchet, look at these hyenas and da 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 da. I was like, motherfucker, like, are you really saying that? That's what made me feel like, okay, in the beginning when I was watching some of the ratchet videos, I was like, okay, he can't have a black wife, because ain't no way a black woman is gonna let you sit there and talk like that. That doesn't make any sense. Ayapo said black and no other. When people are married to other, that's what makes it so that when people are married to non-black, they start doing all these racial gymnastics. Yeah, they do a lot of racial gymnastics in their mind, and that translates to how, I guess, righteous they are when they get on the camera. You can tell like there's something missing. Yes, Regina, hyenas, wild hyenas, and you know, at some point, to build the platform in the beginning, he was almost, I'm not gonna say he was like just like Tommy, but he was, or Tammy, sort of a man, but he was on that way. Yeah, Leonard, I saw that in the other chat. Sammy Sosa, oh Lord, supported someone being in a relationship with an Asian because he's married to yeah, okay, now that makes sense, Ayapo. That makes sense, because I didn't even watch that interview that she did with the guy, Wode Maya. I didn't even see that, but I could see why he would do that, because that isn't other, you know, that's not of us. Sonia says, I never knew about him and his other channels. I recently subscribed and heard him talk about how he changed. Yeah, see, so I saw the video yesterday when he said like, oh, I was doing certain things, and I was like, oh, what am I doing? But you just realize, oh, what am I doing after you married a woman who's not of you? You realize then, like, hey, oh my goodness, like, it was like he was in the dark like this, and then when he married Sammy Sosa, whatever the hell y'all want to call her, the black Mexican, then it's like, oh, the light bulb's on. I found the light. I've seen the light. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no. You didn't see the light before all that? What kind of black folks living in Texas if you ain't see the light before all that? I like Dr. Mumbi, a lot of her statements before, but at this point, yeah, that's a pretty bad thing to say. Why disrespect black women if you are married to a taco? Oh Lord. Nikki. He wanted taco. He didn't want collard greens. He wanted tacos. You said I finished no grade yet. Thank you for asking. Yes, I think that she's white. That's what we were at. Gab was asking in his live a few minutes ago. He was like, press 1, press 2, whatever, if you think, or press 4 if you think she's white. And I was like, 4. I put 4 all the way down, 4 all the way down. Like, I'm not playing. That when I saw the picture, I was like, this is a white woman. Yeah, he was trying to. You could tell if you go back and watch the videos before this, it was like adjusting. He was making adjustments for it, and then right after it came out, Nikki put 4. Um, then it's like, well, guys, and the thing is, he didn't even apologize. Like, how you're just not gonna apologize? So the title, like what I put, like when my thoughts on people when people fall or whatever, and the video that Gab put out was like 40-second video with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He said, like, when people fall, you shouldn't laugh, you should learn. And so I think this is a learning experience for people out there who have gone into, being a Patreon or whatever. You might need to, just be aware and just think about that. Yeah, people feel deceived. Raspberry, I agree. I do too. How to Get a Bottom Shelf Maria Volume 1 comments. Shut up, Leonard. Leonard is a fool. Oh my God. Bottom Shelf Maria. uh, you have no sense at all. I can't stand you. Hark, right. It's the opioids. Hark, Leonard. No, but I think that in general, yeah, it's right. The message was right. It was clear that you should learn from these situations because, like Lisa said, how many people do you cut off? And that was a good question because I'm like, well, dang, if that's the case, there's a lot of folks in my family that would be snip, snip, out the way. And I can't necessarily just do that, like immediately just be like, okay, you're done, you're out of here. Because I look at what we had. I think it was just something, it reconnected or something. But yeah, my bad. But I'm saying, like, a lot of people in my family, I'd be like, I could cut them off, but then I look at when I knew them, I still love them, but I can't trust them completely. It's like a lot of people look at Shannon Sharpe that way, for instance, and they're like, Shannon Sharpe, I think LBZ said it one time. He's like, he ain't gonna be invited to the meetings and stuff. He ain't gonna be there. I feel the same way about some of my family members. And you're right, Nikki. Why lie about it? My thing is just get it out there and just say what it is and get it over with. Yeah, I have to buy a whole set of scissors if that's the case, Ayapo, because and it's a lot of times it's about what Lisa said, having discernment. There's a lot of things with discernment. I'm not related to Phil or anything. I'm not related to his wife or anything like that. So it's like it would be less of a problem for me to say, okay, well, I'll just watch less of his videos. I'll focus on building my channel and building other people that are, straight black like that. Just not with her, because her people, or the others, as Ayapo put it, because it's like you got people out here. I want to go back. I got to go back now because you got people out here who are in her community who didn't say anything about George Zimmerman, who didn't say anything about Yanez in Minnesota, or the officer in Miami, or was it Miami or Orlando, who shot Charles Kinsey. When he was on the ground with his arms up in the air, his legs out, he laying on the ground on his back, and he still gets shot twice by an officer. That officer is in her community, pretty much. King Hebrew, good morning. How are you? So I'm like, you ain't gotta lie. You ain't gotta lie, Craig. You ain't gotta lie. And someone mentioned something about the DNA test. They said, because people was like, well, she couldn't speak up. She probably couldn't speak up for everybody that does something bad to black people in her community, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, why? Why not? Yeah, Faith. If I can't trust you, we already cut off. That's true. The entire Florida police force. True, Sonya. Out here too. You ain't got a lie, Craig. Right. Kinetic Energy said he had a chance to give a heartfelt, I think we would have been somewhat understanding. This awakening is meant to be hard. He blew it. Okay. Yeah, I think that you have to, like, I guess I was, for the past couple of days, I was putting myself in his position. And I was like, well, what would I have done if I was in that position? And then I thought about it, like, I wouldn't be in that position. But, hypothetically, if I was in that position, what would I have done? And one thing is, I would have just put it out there. And I would have just said it. You got people in her community, and he came to LA. I didn't meet him personally, but he came to LA. He was out here, and I knew where he was when he came out here. I knew exactly where he was going to be and all that. I could have just shown up because they were like down there. I think it was CSU, LB, California State, Long Beach, which is in Long Beach down the street from me. And, well, not down the street, but in LA, down the street means 10 miles away, 2 highways or something. So he was there. But you got people out here in, what is it, Boyle Heights or Boyle Heights. Boyle Heights is just east of downtown. People that look like his wife now are out there killing and attacking black people in those neighborhoods. And he hasn't mentioned anything about that. The only person I mentioned, and they didn't even mention anything about it out here. Just very, very small snippets here and there on YouTube. The only person I know that went into detail about the situation in Boyle Heights in LA was Information Man. Shout out to him. He's the only person that I know of that went into detail about it. He had so much information about it because he, based on his employment where he works, working in the prison system. And he's like, I know how these things work. I know how the recidivism process works. I know how people get out, get back in, get out, get back in. It's a cycle for them. And he was like, they do so much bad on the streets. Let's see. Okay, Raspbird said, yeah, Regina said her group don't get down with black people. Right. I just mentioned that. Boyle Heights, that's one good example. Raspberry said, not knowing he has non-black wife, it obliges you not only to focus on blacks, but the other you connected with. Leonard said, someone needs to tell Felito, once you realize you're in a damn hole, you got to quit digging. Nikki said, the lesson here is that blacks married to non-blacks are liars, fraudulent, and cannot be trusted. You know what? That's, in my personal case, with my uncle, I don't trust that motherfucker. I don't trust him. He flip-flops so much. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's like, dude, he flip-flops a lot. And also, a lot of stuff that he says, like he lied before my parents even knew, before they even got married. He was like not being forthright. And he was married to this woman he's been married to her for a long time. But their relationship is so weird. It's off balance where she's more of the leader than he is. It's a really weird situation. Sister Lovely K said he should have came clean from the gate. Don't give people a chance to expose you. He should have admitted it, and then that would have left people with the choice of supporting him or not. Gab Talk said, which embarrassing secrets of yours would you put out there today? Just think. Embarrassing secrets? I really don't have any embarrassing secrets. I don't know. Like, that's a good question, because I know I mentioned that earlier. Embarrassing secrets. Like, I think one I said was like, I do have white people in my family, but these motherfuckers, a lot of them, I just can't deal with them. And before, I look at how I was before with them, and it was just, I didn't know any better. I was a kid, so I didn't know any better. And it was just like, oh, well, they're part of the family, whatever. I didn't think about it. But now I know, and it's like, dang, these people are on some other shit. You ask them about something that's going on okay, I will, Gab. I'll check my email. Thank you. you ask them about something that's going on. Some of us are getting killed or beat up or mistreated, and they just be like, well, you know, that's just how the system is. I listen to what do you call what is that thing called? The Cows, Context of White Supremacy, and with Gus T. Renegade, and he talks to like white people on there, and they say the same things that a lot of my family members say. It's really sick. Yeah, I mean, Sonya, that's the only thing I can think of that would be, you know, somebody wanted to embarrass me or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, they in my family, but I ain't married to them motherfuckers. Like, I ain't with them. We could show up to a family reunion or something, and they doing their thing, whatever, and I'm just like, hey, having a good time, woo, woo, whatever, and I'm just like, hey, y'all, like, like, yeah, I don't want to eat your mayonnaise sandwich. I don't want to eat your chicken that ain't got no flavoring on it. I don't want to eat that. Like, I'm not a total, you know, asshole. I'm gonna be like, okay, you know, I stay with my mom, I stay with my good, you know, family that I'm with all the time, but I don't see them much, so it would be fake for me to just walk up to them smiling and stuff. I don't talk to you like that. They know I'm not like that. So being married to other should not be embarrassing if you marry them for the right reason. See, that's the thing. We won't know that. Yeah, the Cows is good. We won't know that, Faith. Like, you know, marrying somebody for the right reasons. Like, I don't know what that is. If you're embarrassed to get married, that's a red flag. That is a red flag. The Lady of Soul 502. Good morning. How are you doing? He said that I know of, Regina. Thank God I have no whites in my family that I know of. Like, you gotta think about it. The point isn't the secret itself. If the secret has nothing to do with how a person presents themselves, if the secret is based on people getting their views, fame, and money, it's an issue. Yes, that is a very big issue. I agree. That's why I'm like, you know, it shouldn't have taken this long to come out, in my opinion. It just shouldn't have taken this long. And the fact that people are upset about it, I can understand that people are upset because people go to him. There are people who don't even watch the news. I, for one, do not watch mainstream, lamestream media. I watch you all. I'm sitting on YouTube looking at news basically on your channels and getting new information and putting information out there on my own. So when it comes to mainstream television, I mean, right now I'm watching Sons of Anarchy, season 7, and that reinforces in my mind how, like, diabolical these folks are. And mainstream, and I watch that maybe, you know, an hour at nighttime, and then that's it, you know, right before I eat dinner or go to bed. But I'm looking like most of the mainstream media, what's the point? Like, if we don't have our own opinions being, or our views and our perspective and our predictions about certain topics being discussed, then I don't have a reason to watch y'all anymore. If you got Don Lemonade on there, no, I'm not going to do all that. The secret, keeping secrets like that, it's like, and then you saying your daughter is, you know, you're like, oh, I have a black daughter and blah, 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 and my wife is black Mexican. That already, I was like, that didn't make no sense to me. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But if you say your wife is black Mexican, and then you say your daughter, I have a beautiful black daughter, I'm like, that don't equate. That doesn't compute in my mind, in my brain computer. You know, shout out to Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. That does not compute in my mind when you say, well, my wife is black Mexican, my daughter is black, I'm black. No, motherfucker, that don't work. Like, no, no. Like, because most Mexican people, I see Mexican people out here, they're my complexion or darker, a lot of them, but they will still classify themselves as white. As soon as they get the opportunity to put white, they rip the paper. Like Tariq said one time. He said one time, Tariq is so silly. He was like, one time they do, he's like, they take the paper when they about to get their sign their paper off and come to the country. They have their little pen and paper. They're like, oh, white, yes, blanco, blanco, blanco. Yes, that's how they do it. I'm like, dude, calm your ass. Like, calm down. I am blanco, I'm white. Like, no, you ain't. They, because there's genetically white and then there's socially white. And I talked about this before. Genetically white or socially white. So a lot of them are socially white. This woman looked genetically white, okay? She's as white as Jamila Lemieux's dad, okay? And we already saw pictures of him. I don't think he did, Sonya, Harry Belafonte. And that's really disturbing too. Wow, Faith, that is crazy. She said, after my husband passed, I entertained the idea so I could get some white privilege, but all I could think about was them murdering me for life insurance. Damn. You would have become a Lifetime movie. My condolences for your husband passing. Wow. Yeah, Quincy Jones. I just watched the documentary about Quincy Jones on Sunday. It's funny you mentioned that, Lady of Soul, because I think he had like 4 white wives. He had 7 kids. He had 6 daughters and 1 son. And I don't think he had a black wife at any point in his life. All of his children are biracials. But he wants to stand as a person who is about, black power. And it's just, it didn't really register to me until after I saw that, and when it was all over with. And then when this came out about Phil, that's where it started registering to me. I was like, oh, damn. That goes right back to what Nikki was saying. You can't be trusted. Like, I'm not going to, I'm not going to put all my faith into that. And like Gav said, I'm not going to be putting no Patreon on everybody. I can't. That's what I said earlier, Water Sniper. Hey, Zero Kelvin, how you doing? I don't know, Nikki, but it was kind of questionable. Time of Black dude sachets past me with their white girls if I should be jealous. Right. I'll be like, okay. Kay Hills, good morning. How you doing? Peace, peace. But anyway, I think that, these are just my thoughts on, falling. When you falling, you gotta, he's gonna get back up, but sometimes when you fall, you have to question, like, who's going to be there to help me back up? Are you going to have to get up by yourself? Or are people going to be there to help you get up? How hard did you fall? How far did you fall? And that's important to recognize too, because you also have to look at why you fell. If you fell on your own account, then the chances of people being there for you to help you back up is very slim. It could be very small number of people to help you back up, especially when they saw or they knew things that would cause you to fall, and they were probably expecting you to fall at some point. Then it's like, okay, you just gonna be there for a minute. I think what he should do is expand. This is just my ideas. Like, if he expands, meaning that he goes into a bigger form of media, or he takes a break or something like that, it may be helpful. And I don't know, it may be problematic for him. I don't think he watches my channel, but it's not a good look. It's just not a good look. But it's bound to happen to most people that have a big platform like that. Yeah. Lady of Soul said, I'm not gonna lie, Nicole, I am really torn. I know he married her before he was conscious, but damn, yeah. Damn. I know that's the thing. Like, you married her before you were conscious, but then you remember he was saying, there's something about you. You ain't completely white. Like, you gonna try to make the woman not white. Either she is or she ain't. Yeah, that's what I said, Sonya. Lifetime. She ended up like a Lifetime movies, hell. That is crazy. I'll let y'all go. I'm about to go to work. Hopefully it'll be a good day. We're supposed to have rain coming soon. Like, you can see the The sun is out now a little bit, but while I've been on here, the sun has come up, so I can turn my light off. That's how fast the sun rises here. When am I coming back? I'll be back, I don't know, maybe later on today or some other time this week. I'll be back because I just felt like doing this live stream. It was based on Gab. Shout out to Gab. Based on his video he put out, very short clip of Minister Louis Farrakhan, where he was talking about, you know, when people fall, don't laugh, you should learn. And I'm not laughing about this, like Leonard making jokes and shit. That's Leonard. But talking about tacos and filito and all this crap. Yeah, I mean, you can laugh if you want, but he was saying don't laugh, you should learn, because it goes right into what Gab said. You know, everybody can be exposed for whatever secrets they want to keep, and you should always be aware of that, and also think about how you're going to deal with that if it comes out, you know, or when it comes out, however you look at it. But I hope y'all, you know, have more to say later. Unsunken One, you late as hell. How you doing? Sonya says she need to make some content and get rich. I'm not on here to get rich. It ain't even about that. Yeah, exactly, Sister Lovely K. I was about to say that. It's about being humble and just putting your content out there. Focus on your content. You have a hall pass? Okay, you all right then. You cool. Nikki said, it is Taco Tuesday. It is. I can't stand you. I can't stand you, Nikki. Whatever. It's Taco Tuesday. It is Taco Tuesday. She said, humble girl, I want money. Right. I mean, it depends on how you formulate your channel, what you want to do. You could you could do it. But yeah, you have to plan these things out. And he planned these things out, I think, after he was married to her. These things started coming to fruition, which is very, very odd to me. Kinetic Energy said the sickness will not be classified as such until science or psychology deems it as a sickness and a mental strategy. Whites will never call it what it is. You're right. I agree. But I'm gonna let y'all go. She said, where's the beef? Exactly, where's the beef? Gotta have beef on a taco. So y'all have a good day. Y'all be safe out there. Yeah, he did. Y'all keep it core. Y'all stay up. And I'll holler at y'all later. Bye, y'all.